long, thin, black hose-like object is about 5 feet long and features a turning knob at one end and a bracket. Turning the knob causes the other end of the hose, likely a flexible shaft or cable inside, to turn. It's associated with the brand Newport, known for lab equipment. What could this remote rotary control be used for? This device is identified as a remote focus control or adjustment mechanism, likely for a piece of laboratory equipment manufactured by Newport, a well-known supplier of precision optics, motion control, and lab components. It allows for fine adjustment of focus or positioning of an optical element, like a lens mirror or sample stage, within an experimental setup, possibly related to spectroscopy or microscopy, as suggested. The flexible shaft allows the control knob to be placed conveniently away from the main apparatus, perhaps to avoid disturbing a sensitive experiment while making adjustments. Observed along the highway, Route 36, going into Estes Park, Colorado, are these brown metal tubes approximately 25 feet high, featuring mesh intakes or panels. They appear in series along the route into Roosevelt National Park. What are these tall, tubular structures with mesh elements? These structures are identified as 5G cellular antennas. Modern cellular infrastructure, especially for higher frequency bands like those used in 5G, often involves arrays of antennas housed within cylindrical or panel-like enclosures, shrouds, mounted on poles. The brown color helps them blend somewhat with the natural environment. The mesh intakes might be part of the antenna design or ventilation for the enclosed electronics. Their placement along highways ensures continuous coverage for mobile devices traveling through the area, including national parks. Found plugged into an outlet near the sink in a private bathroom at an Embassy Suites hotel. This round, white, circular device couldn't be easily unplugged. It had no distinctive markings visible. Google Lens suggested a nightlight, but it wasn't lit when the room lights were off. Could it be broken? Or is it something else entirely? This device is identified as a Casper Glow nightlight. These smart nightlights are designed to provide a warm, gentle light that helps users wind down before sleep and wake up gradually. They often feature gesture controls, like flipping to turn on, josh off, or twisting to adjust brightness, and can be controlled via a smartphone app. The reason it wasn't lit might be because it was turned off via the app, its schedule wasn't active, or it requires a specific gesture, like being picked up or flipped, to activate. They are designed to be somewhat difficult to unplug inadvertently. Made by Bloom, likely a typo for Bloom, a major hardware manufacturer, this gray, sturdy plastic object can fold out when a button underneath is pushed. What is this adjustable, foldable plastic device used for? Its design suggests organization or storage, possibly within a kitchen or cabinet. This item is identified as a Bloom Orga line adjustable plate holder organizer, model ZTH03503 or similar. It's a kitchen accessory designed to be placed inside deep drawers. It securely stores stacks of plates, preventing them from shifting or rattling when the drawer is opened and closed. The adjustable nature allows it to accommodate different plate sizes, and the folding feature might be for storage or initial packaging. Bloom is well known for high-quality kitchen cabinet hardware and organizational systems. This small metal pole, about 4 inches long, features a keyring at one end and a small button on the shaft near the other end. It's non-magnetic and weighs 1.3 Oz. What is this pin with a button and keyring designed for? The button suggests some kind of locking or release the mechanism. This device is called a quick release pin, often also known as a ball lock pin or detent pin. Pressing the button retracts small locking balls located near the tip of the pin, allowing the pin to be easily inserted into or removed from a hole. When the button is released, the balls spring out, securely locking the pin in place. They are used in a wide variety of applications where components need to be frequently and quickly assembled or disassembled without tools. Common uses include boat canopies, rigging, scaffolding, exercise equipment, and temporary fixtures. Described simply as a black electric plastic device with a ring shape. What could this ring-shaped electronic item be? Its shape and electrical nature hint at a specific function, possibly related to charging or data transfer. Based on the description of a black, ring-shaped electrical plastic device, the most likely identification is an inductive, wireless charger. These chargers use electromagnetic induction to transfer energy to compatible devices, like smartphones, smartwatches, or earbuds, placed on top of them without needing a physical cable connection. The ring shape is a common design aesthetic for these charging pads, often with the charging coil located within the ring or the central area. Found buried under a pile of small dry beans off a bike trail along the Hudson River were these gold-colored objects featuring engravings and set with gems. What could these ornate, seemingly ritualistic objects be? Their discovery, location, and appearance suggest they might be related to religious or spiritual practices. These objects are identified as Indian yantras. A yantra is a mystical diagram, a geometric symbol used in Hindu or Tantric traditions as an aid to meditation and concentration, believed to possess spiritual or magical powers. They often incorporate geometric shapes, symbols, and sometimes mantras or deities. While traditionally drawn or engraved, three-dimensional versions or plaques like these, sometimes made of metal, possibly gold-plated brass, and adorned with gems or colored glass of stones, are also created for ritual use, worship, or as protective talismans. Bearing them could be part of a specific ritual. Found under a sink in the basement of an old house near a leaky pipe, but not part of the leak itself, this plastic, PVC, object seems to have some sort of valve at one end and two different sized tubes at the other. What is this plumbing component? This plastic device is identified as a sink air gap, specifically one used for dishwasher drainage systems. Its purpose is crucial for preventing backflow contamination. The dishwasher drain hose connects to one of the smaller tubes storage inlets. Water flows up over an internal gap, open to the air, often via small vents under a decorative cap on the countertop, and then down through the larger tube outlet, which connects to the garbage disposal or sink drain. This air gap ensures that dirty sink water cannot siphon back into the dishwasher, maintaining hygiene. This small, white, plastic, key-like item randomly appeared on a kitchen counter in the UK. The owners have never seen it before. What could this simple plastic key be used for? Its shape suggests it interacts with a specific lock or mechanism. This small plastic key is identified as an opener, specifically for a Tork roll dispenser. Tork is a brand that manufactures paper towel, toilet paper, and soap dispensers commonly found in commercial restrooms and kitchens. Many of their dispensers have a simple plastic lock mechanism to prevent pilfering or tampering. This plastic key is designed to fit that specific lock, allowing maintenance staff or owners to open the dispenser for refilling. How it ended up on a home kitchen counter is unknown. Thrifted from Goodwill, this wooden rack's intended purpose is unclear. Its size and structure suggest it's for hanging or storing specific items. What is this wooden rack designed for? It doesn't seem like a standard clothes drying rack or shelf. This wooden rack is identified as a closet or rack specifically designed for doll clothes, most likely homemade. Its size and proportions would be suitable for hanging clothes, designed for dolls like those from the American Girl line or similar large dolls. The lower part might be intended for storing doll shoes or accessories. Homemade doll furniture is quite common, often crafted by parents or grandparents for children's play. Found on the kitchen floor, this small metal knob's origin is a mystery. What could this small component be part of? It seems like a piece that might have detached from an appliance or piece of furniture. This small metal knob is suggested to be one of the feet from a kitchen scale. Many digital or mechanical kitchen scales stand on several small feet, often made of metal or plastic with rubber pads. These feet provide stability and ensure accurate readings by keeping the scale level. It's common for these small components to become detached or lost over time, especially if the scale is moved frequently. Checking any kitchen scales in the house might reveal the source. Appearing seemingly overnight all over a yard are these brown clumps resembling wet sawdust. They have a slightly darker color and crumble into a seed-like texture. The dog is strangely obsessed with eating them. What are these mysterious clumps covering the lawn? These brown, crumbly clumps are identified as nightcrawler worm castings. Earthworms, particularly large nightcrawlers, consume soil and organic matter. Their excrement, known as castings, is deposited on the soil surface, often forming small mounds or clumps, especially after rain or overnight when they are most active near the surface. These castings are rich in nutrients and beneficial for soil health. Dogs are sometimes attracted to the smell or taste of worm castings. Going out after dark with a flashlight might reveal the worms responsible. This wooden tool features a hole running through its middle and has metal parts capping the ends. What is this specific type of wooden spool or tool used for, likely related to textiles or crafting? These wooden objects with metal-capped ends are identified as antique thread bobbins, specifically the type used in industrial textile machinery, such as large looms or spinning frames from the 19th or early 20th centuries. Thread or yarn would be wound onto the wooden core, and the metal ends provided durability and a smooth surface for interaction with the machinery during the weaving or spinning process. Today, these antique bobbins are often collected or repurposed for decorative purposes due to their historical charm and industrial aesthetic. Recessed into the floor is this green plastic sleeve containing a metal coil inside. What is this device embedded in the floor, and what does it measure? Its placement suggests it was installed before the final flooring was laid. This recessed device is identified as a moisture sensor, specifically one installed beneath flooring materials like luxury vinyl tile, LVT, hardwood, or sometimes concrete slabs. Before installing certain types of flooring, especially those sensitive to moisture, contractors may embed these sensors. They allow for monitoring the moisture content of the subfloor, often concrete, over time, typically via readings taken with a compatible handheld meter placed over the sensor. This is often done for warranty purposes, ensuring the subfloor moisture levels remained within acceptable limits after installation. Bought at a flea market from a vintage collection box, this long chromed metal tube measures about 20 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters in diameter. It has a polished finish and a press-fit end cap with 3 small holes. It seems too long for a shaving brush. What could this vented chrome tube be? This chrome tube with a vented cap is identified as a travel toothbrush holder, likely dating from the 1980s or earlier. Before modern plastic holders became standard, these metal tubes were common for protecting toothbrushes during travel. The length accommodates a standard toothbrush, and the holes in the end cap allow for air circulation, helping the brush bristles dry out after use and preventing mildew or stale odors. It's a durable, if somewhat dated, travel accessory. Noticed on a bathroom wall in a relatively new apartment are 7 weird bumps or divots, each about 1 to 2 inch in diameter. They are arranged in 2 perfectly spaced vertical columns, 4 bumps on the right, 3 slightly indented spots on the left. They have the same texture as the painted drywall. What could be causing these perfectly aligned imperfections on the wall surface? These bumps and slight divots are identified as improperly finished drywall nails or screws. When drywall panels are installed, they are fastened to the wall studs using nails or screws. These fasteners should be slightly countersunk below the surface, and then covered smoothly with joint compound, mud, and sanded before painting, making them invisible. In this case, the installation was done poorly. Some nails, schios, screws might not be set deep enough, causing bumps, while others might be slightly too deep, or the mudding job was uneven, causing divots. The perfect alignment corresponds to the location of the wall studs. Found in the mud under power lines in western North Carolina after Hurricane Helene, this object is light blue and black and looks like something screws into it. Its location and appearance suggest a connection to electrical infrastructure. What could this sturdy, possibly ceramic or glass object be? This object is identified as a power line insulator. Insulators are essential components of overhead electrical distribution systems. They are used to support the power lines while preventing the electrical current from flowing through the utility pole or tower to the ground. They are typically made of porcelain, ceramic, or glass. Older ones often came in various colors like light blue, materials that have high electrical resistance. The threaded hole is where they screw onto a pin mounted on the pole's crossarm. Finding one on the ground, especially after a storm, suggests it broke off a nearby power pole. Mounted outside a house near the front door, next to a window, is this metal hinge-like object with a clip. The clip seems like it should allow the hinge to bend inwards, but another piece of metal connecting it to the house prevents this movement. What is this oddly installed metal bracket, and what was its intended purpose? This metal bracket is identified as a light-duty support bracket, typically used for window air conditioning units. These brackets help support the weight of the AC unit resting on the windowsill, providing stability and preventing it from falling. However, this one has been installed completely incorrectly, sideways and in a way that prevents its intended function, likely supporting something placed on the windowsill below it. Why it was installed this way is unclear. Perhaps it was repurposed or installed by someone who didn't understand its function. Found next to a tire, this 2-inch gray metallic object features a spring and a screw hole. The owner wants to confirm it's not part of their Honda CR-V's suspension. What is this spring-loaded threaded component? This component is identified as a slide-in T-nut or channel nut. It's a type of fastener commonly used with slotted aluminum extrusions or channels found in framing systems, roof racks, machinery, or jigs. The main body is threaded to accept a screw or bolt. The spring holds the nut in position within the channel or slot before the screw is inserted and tightened, making assembly easier, especially in vertical or overhead applications. It is definitely not a standard part of a vehicle's suspension system. Found on the curb, this wooden shelf unit features rods and a sliding, swinging attachment on the top rod. Scuff marks suggest a specific orientation, and it looks like it might be stackable with similar units. What is this modular wooden storage unit designed to hold? This wooden unit is identified as a book stand, likely designed also for holding CDs, DVDs, or other media. The key features are its stackability, indicated by potential mating points like the 4 round dots mentioned as the bottom and the sliding piece on the top rod. This sliding piece acts as a movable bookend, keeping books or media cases upright regardless of how full the shelf is. Its modular, stackable design allows users to build a larger storage unit by combining multiple stands. Found in the basement of an antique collector, this solid metal object features 4 distinct divots on its base. Its shape and material suggest it's a tool or base used for some kind of craft or repair work. What could this heavy metal piece with base divots be? This solid metal object with divots on the base is likely part of an antique cobbler's, shoemaker's tool set, specifically an anvil or last stand component. Cobblers used various metal forms, called lasts, shaped like feet to repair or make shoes. These lasts were often mounted on a stand. The heavy metal piece found could be a base for holding different lasts or tools, with the divots possibly serving as sockets for interchangeable posts, or simply as part of the casting or balancing design for stability during hammering and shaping work. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.